Hello dear students, welcome to IITN GATE classes, an exclusive GATE coaching totally run by IIT IISc graduates. So today I welcome you all to the video lecture session on control system. We will be solving all the questions that has been asked to IN branch in GATE 2021 for the subject control system. So let us start the session. So the first question is of MSQ type. You can see multiple select question. The step response of a circuit is seen to have an oscillatory behavior. Oscillatory behavior at the output with oscillations dying down after some time. The correct inference regarding the transfer function from the input output is R. So whenever you see a multiple select type question, your basic approach should be by eliminating the options. Okay, you need to eliminate the options. So first what they have said, oscillatory behavior. So if I take this two word, oscillatory behavior means what? Either it can be undamped or it can be what? It can be underdamped oscillation. Okay, there are two types of oscillation we know. What? One is undamped. Okay, undamped means what? The oscillation is going undamped even if you means like this is an undamped oscillation sin t ut. Okay, even at time t equal to infinity, this signal it will oscillate. Now if I quote an example for underdamped, it should be like this. Okay, it should be like this. Here you can see at t tends to infinity, this signal completely dies out. Okay, so this is underdamped oscillation. Now what is the second line? With oscillation dying down after some time. So this means they are asking for underdamped system. Okay. So if I see the options, I can see option D. What they have said, that it is a first order system. For first order system, we have no oscillations for step response. Why so? Suppose, let me assume the closed loop transfer function of a first order system is this. Now I can write it like okay. So if Rs is my 1 by S, why 1 by S? Because it is given step response of a circuit. So step response Ys is equal to what? Rs. Rs is basically what? 1 by S. So if I have to calculate y of t, it will be what? Laplace inverse of 1 by s minus s plus 1. So this will be 1 minus e to the power minus t ut. If I draw the curve, it will be something like this. If I draw the response, it will not have any damping or any means it will not have any damped oscillations. Okay. So here you can see there is no damped oscillation of whatsoever. Okay. So this option we can eliminate directly. Now what is option C? That it does not have a real pole. So it does not have a real pole. What does this signify? That either your pole is imaginary or it is complex. Okay, either your pole is imaginary or it is complex. So let me rub this portion out. So if your pole is imaginary, so if you have pole 0 plot, something like this, okay. So we all know for such type of pole 0 plot, what do we get? We get undamped oscillation. Undamped oscillations. But in the question they have given what? In the question they have given oscillations dying down after some time, which implies underdamped oscillation. So I can eliminate this option also. Now we are left with two options, option A and option B. Now what is option B? That it has at least one pole pair that is underdamped. Now that it has one pole pair which is underdamped. So what does this mean? So if I have to make a pole zero plot for this one, for option B, it has at least one pole that is underdamped. Now we know when is our pole zero, means when does a system it is underdamped? If our pole zero plot it is like this, okay, either it is like this or it has a pole, complex pole like this, or if it has a complex pole like this, okay. So there can be one or more than one pole pair, okay. Pole pair, we know this type of pole, it always exists in complex conjugate pairs, okay. So one pole pair is underdamped, then my system will have oscillation which is dying down, okay, which is dying down after some time. So option B is correct, okay, option B is correct. Now what is the A option? That it is at least second order. Yes, it will be second order. Why? If option B is correct, that it has at least one pole pair. Pole pair, look at the words, pole pair. Pair means what? Group of two, okay. So that means what? We have two poles. So if it is a two pole, if we have minimum two pole, that means what? It is a second order system, na? So this is why option A is also correct. So the answer to this question number multiple select type question is what? Option A and option B, okay. These are the correct options. So always approach this multiple select type questions by eliminating the options. So that is quite simple actually, okay. Now the next question is what? Taking n as positive for clockwise encirclement. So n is positive for clockwise encirclement, okay, fine. Otherwise negative, okay, for anti-clockwise it is negative. The number of encirclement of -1, 0, which is the critical point, in the Nyquist plot of GS is equal to 3s minus 1. Okay, so they have asked number of encirclement. We know what the formula is, n is equal to z minus p, where n it is the number of clockwise encirclement, of the critical point -1 j0, okay, where z is what? Closed loop poles at the right hand part of S plane, where P is what? Open loop poles at the right hand part of S plane, okay. So the number of encirclement they have asked, taking n as positive for the clockwise, otherwise negative, the number of encirclement in the Nyquist plot, okay. So here actually we have to directly plot the Nyquist plot of this system, no need of this formula, but we can also solve this with this formula. We will be seeing in this lecture only, okay. In this question only we will be seeing how we can solve with the help of this formula, even without sketching the Nyquist plot. For this question, if I want to sketch the Nyquist plot, how will I do it? So GS is given as what? It is given as 3s minus 1. So G of j omega is what? 3 of j omega minus 1. So if I want to write the magnitude of Gj omega, it will be what? It is 3 under root of 1 plus omega square. If I want to write the angle, it will be what? So this point j omega minus 1, it lies in which quadrant? If I have to show you, so this is actually what? Minus 1. Okay, so this is minus 1 and j omega, so this is positive, so this is second quadrant, someplace in second quadrant. How do we write angle in second quadrant? It is 180 minus tan inverse of y by x. Okay, so I can write it 180 minus tan inverse of, what is y here? It is omega by x. Okay, so x is 1. Okay, fine. Now tell me, is this correct? Is this correct? No, this is not correct. Why? Because this is the angle I have written for the denominator. So when it comes above, it will be minus. Okay, it will be minus. So this is 180 minus tan inverse of omega. And what about this 3? Any real number has angle 0. Okay, any real number, it has angle 0. So that can be, I can write it as plus 0 also, but I haven't written. Okay. So I got the value of magnitude as well as the phase. Now let me make a table. Omega, magnitude of g j omega, and angle of g j omega. Now let me take two values, omega equal to 0, omega equal to infinity. At omega equal to 0, what is my magnitude? Magnitude is 3. And what is the phase angle? It will be minus 180 degree. And for infinity, what will be the magnitude? It will be 0. What will be the phase? It will be minus 90 degree. For being safe side, okay, if you have very less idea how to calculate the angle, how to draw the polar plot, so take another point. Okay, take another point. So let me assume omega equal to 1. So this is in between 0 and infinity. Okay, this 1 is actually in between 0 and infinity. So what will be the magnitude? It will be 3 by root 2. What will be the phase? It will be 180 minus of 45, so that is 135, so minus 135 degree. Okay, so I will tell you actually why I took this point. Now if I have to sketch the polar plot, how will I do it? Okay, so I am sketching the polar plot. So this is 0 degree, this is minus 90 degree, this is minus 180, and this is minus 270 degree. Okay, and let me assume this is the critical point, minus 1 j 0. Fine. So at omega equal to 0, what is the magnitude? It is 3. And what is the phase angle? It is minus 180 degree. So it will be someplace here. At omega equal to infinite, it is 0 and minus 90 degree. So 0 and minus 90 degree. Note, origin has all the angles. Okay, origin has all the angles. So now my polar plot, it can be either from this side or it can be from this side. So to avoid this confusion, look at this point. Okay, omega equal to 1. So what is the phase angle? It is minus 135. So minus 135, is it in this quadrant or in this quadrant? Obviously in this quadrant, in between minus 90 and minus 180. So your polar plot, it will be something like this. Okay, if I use some different color, so your polar plot is like this. So this is your polar plot. This is omega equal to 0. This is omega equal to infinite. Now how to sketch the Nyquist plot? Simply you have to do what? Take the mirror image. Okay, simply you take the mirror image or you calculate the values for omega equal to minus infinite. Okay, for omega equal to 0 minus infinite minus 1 minus. Okay, if you do that, you will get just the mirror image. Now you can see what? This Nyquist plot, this complete polar plot plus its mirror image is known as what? It's Nyquist plot. This Nyquist plot, it encircles this point, this critical point once in which direction? This is what direction? This is anti-clockwise direction. Okay, this is anti-clockwise direction. So you can, means you have to write the answer as what? You have to write -1 as the answer. So answer is what? -1. Why? Because they have given n as positive for clockwise encirclement. Okay, n as positive for clockwise encirclement, but here you can see the encirclement is in which direction? It is in anti-clockwise direction. So this is why what? We have to write our answer as -1. Okay, so this is one of the approach. Now another approach how we can solve, look very carefully. I am just erasing this part. Okay, so now I will be taking help of this formula. Okay, so here you can see Z is what? It is the closed loop poles at the right hand side of S plane. P is what? Open loop poles at the right hand side of side of S plane. So right hand side of S plane or right hand part of S plane. Okay, so both of them are correct. So first let me calculate P. So directly from the transfer function I can see GS is equal to 3 by S minus 1. Okay, so P is what? P is 1. Always remember, in polar plot or in Bode plot we are always given what? We are given open loop transfer function. Okay, we calculate the stability of closed loop using the open loop transfer function. So this is my open loop. Now if I have to calculate the poles of closed loop, it will be what? 1 plus GS into HS equal to 0. Now if nothing is mentioned about the feedback, you will assume it is unity feedback. So this formula it will change to 1 plus GS equal to 0. Okay, if nothing is given about feedback, you can assume it to be unity feedback. Okay, so that is the default condition. So 1 plus 3 divided by S minus 1 equal to 0. So this will be what? S minus 1 plus 3 equal to 0, S plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, so this is the pole for the closed loop. This is the pole for the closed loop, and you can see what? That this pole is actually in the left hand side of S plane. So your P is 1, your Z is what? Z is number of closed loop poles at the right hand part of S plane. So here you can see for the closed loop there are no poles at the right hand part. So Z is 0. Now if I take help of this formula, N is equal to Z is what? It is 0, P is 1. So this N, it comes out to be -1. And what is the value, means what is N we have assumed here? N is number of clockwise encirclement of the point -1 J0. So you could have directly written the answer -1 within 20 seconds. Okay, this will take 20 seconds. The previous procedure it will take you around 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so this is quite simple process. So -1 is the answer to this question number 13. Now here we have another question. This is a multiple choice question. Okay, so I think this question was for 2 marks. So what is they have asked? Consider a unity feedback configuration with a plant and a PID controller as shown in the figure. GS is equal to this and CS is equal to this, with K being scalar. The closed loop is, so this is quite simple question. This is very simple question. We can directly see we have to apply what? Routh-Hurwitz criteria. And for calculating the stability condition using Routh-Hurwitz, we always require what? Characteristics equation. So if I have to write the characteristics equation, it will be GS into CS equal to 0. So if I directly write this will be GS is what? It is S plus 1, S plus 3 into what is CS? This I can directly write like S plus 3 whole square plus 1. I can write it like this. Okay. And this is what? This is S equal to 0. So this is S into S plus 1, S plus 3 plus K into S square plus 6S plus 10 equal to 0. So this if I expand it will be S cube plus 4S square plus 3S plus k s square plus 6s plus 10k. Okay, so I have missed this k here. So 6sk plus 10k equal to 0. Now collaborating the terms, so this will be s cube plus 4 plus k s square plus 3 plus 6k into s plus 10k equal to 0. Okay, so we have this expression now. Now what to do? We have to formulate the Routh-Hurwitz table. So that is quite simple. S cube s square s to the power 1 s to the power 0. Okay, so what will be the first row I enter? It will be 1 and 3 plus 6. 1 and 3 plus 6k. What is the second row I have to enter? Second row will be 4 plus k and 10k, sorry, 4 plus k and 10k. Okay, so now let me write the third row. It will be what? It will be 4 plus k into 3 plus 6k minus 10k divided by 4 plus k. What will be the second entry? It will be 4 plus k into 0. So this will be 0 only. Now the last row, it will be what? This whole term multiplied by this term minus this 0 multiplied by 4k. So divided by this term also. So directly what I can write? I will be writing just this into this. It will be 10k. Okay, so this will come out to be 10k. So is everything okay here? I think everything is okay. Yes, 3 plus 6, 4 plus 10k. Yeah, this is correct. So we got this term. Okay, everything is fine. Okay, everything is fine here. So now let me ask you, what is the stability criteria for K-map using Routh? Sorry, I am telling K-map. Sorry. So what is the stability criteria using the Routh-Hurwitz table? My first column of the Routh-Hurwitz table should have the same sign. So here you can see the first entry. It is what? It is positive 1. So all the columns, means all the entry in the first column, it should be positive. So first what I get? 4 plus k, it should be greater than 0, which implies k should be greater than minus 4. This is my first condition. Next condition is what? I can see this one. 10k must be greater than 0, which implies k must be greater than 0. Okay. Now this is my second condition. Okay. So now I have what? Now if I solve for this third condition, this should be also greater than 0. This means what? That this term also has to be greater than 0, or I can say what? 4 plus k, 3 plus 6k should be greater than 10k. Okay. Now I have a quadratic expression here, I need to solve. Okay. So a good student who has very good practice, he or she will not, means he or she, they will not solve this equation. Right away they don't need to solve this equation. Why? You can just eliminate the options. Look here very carefully. So option D states what? Stable for all values of k. So this is not possible. Why? Because if it was stable for all values of k, then it should be what? K should vary from minus infinity to plus infinity. But here you can see k should be greater than minus 4, and the next is what? K should be greater than 0. So this option is not possible. Only stable for k less than 0. So this is also not possible due to both these equations. What is option B? Only stable for k between minus 1 and plus 1. So minus 1 and plus 1, you can see this is actually k is greater than, if k is greater than minus 4, okay, so minus 4 lies out of this range, and another is what? K should be greater than 0. Okay, so in between these two, k greater than -4 and k greater than 0, which has higher priority? Obviously this has higher priority. So only stable for k between -1 and +1. So this is also not true, okay, due to this thing. Okay, due to this thing. Now you are left with just one option. So option A is your correct, only stable for k greater than 0. Okay, only stable for k greater than 0. So you don't need to solve this quadratic equation. You can solve this question within 2 minutes and move on. Okay. So the next question is numerical answer type. Given yt is equal to e to the power minus 3t ut convolution of u of t plus 3. So this question is also from, I can say it is from Signal also, but I have taken it in control, okay, because because I will be solving this question with the help of control. So where this asterisk mark denote convolution operation, the value of yt at t tends to infinite is. So I can just do what? I can take Laplace transform both sides. So this will be y of s is equal to 1 by s plus 3 dot convolution, it transforms to multiplication in Laplace domain. And what will be the Laplace for this one? If ut has Laplace 1 by s, u of t plus 3 will have Laplace what? It will be e to the power 3s by s. So into e to the power 3s by s. Now what should we use? They have asked for t tending to infinity. Can I use final value theorem? Final value theorem? Obviously I can use. Why? Because this system is stable. You can see ys, it is stable. It has all the poles in the left half of S plane. And another trick also, another hint also I can give, they wouldn't have asked you if this value was not finite, they wouldn't have asked you for NAT, okay, means you cannot enter an undefined value, okay. So this is actually for a defined value, so you can directly apply final value theorem. So if I want to calculate y of infinity, what it will be? It will be limit s tends to 0 s ys. So just put this thing, s tends to 0 s into 1 by s plus 3 into e to the power 3s by s. So this s gets cancelled. Now put this limit. So this will be what? This will be 1 by 3. So the answer to this question is 0.33. Okay, very simple question. Now what is the next question? A sinusoid root 2 sin t mu t. Oh, this is not mu, ut, where u is the step input, is applied to a system with transfer function gs is equal to 1 by s plus 1. The amplitude of the steady state output is, okay. So they have given you gs is equal to ys by rs is equal to 1 by s plus 1, okay, where rs or rt is equal to what? Root 2 sin t ut, okay, and they have asked you what is yt. So we know for a sinusoidal input, having the transfer function like this, so how will my output look like? It will be equal to a divided, it will be a into sin t minus phi, okay, where a equal to what? It is root 2 into the magnitude of this transfer function, okay, and what is the phase? It is equal to the phase of the transfer function, okay. Now what is the value of omega here? What is the value of omega? Omega is the applied input frequency. What is omega here in this case? Omega is 1 radian per second. The applied input frequency is what? It is 1 radian per second, you can see. Now you just need to calculate this magnitude of gj omega and the phase of this. transfer function. Okay, so very fast if I have to calculate, so this will be g of j omega is equal to 1 by j omega plus 1. So magnitude is what? It will be 1 by under root of 1 plus omega square. And what is the phase? This point actually lies in which quadrant? J omega plus 1, it lies in our first quadrant. So angle phase of gj omega, it will be what? Tan inverse of y by x. So omega, only omega. Is this correct or not? Tell me very fast. This is not correct. Why? I have to put a negative sign also, because as this is the phase angle of denominator. So when this come in the numerator, I have to put a negative sign. So I have both the values. I have to just put it here. So what is A if I have to calculate? A is equal to root 2 magnitude of gj omega, where omega is equal to what? What is the applied input frequency? It is 1 radian per second. So if I put that, that is equal to 2 into 1 by 1 plus 1 square. So that comes out to be 1. And what is the phase if I need to calculate? Phase is what? It is minus tan inverse of omega. Okay, where omega is equal to 1, so minus 45 degree. So in the question they have asked you the amplitude of the steady state output. So amplitude of the steady state output is this A, and A comes out to be 1. So your answer is 1. Okay, for this question your answer is 1. This is a very simple question, you can see, and you could have earned 2 marks for this simple question. Okay, now here we have another question. So what is that? Consider a system with transfer function gs is equal to 2 divided by s plus 1. A unit step function ut is applied to the system which results in output yt. Okay, so this is basically ys by rs is equal to gs, which is equal to 2s plus 1. Here RT is what? They have given a step input. So RS will be what? RS will be 1 by S. Fine. So applied, which results in output YT. If ET is equal to YT minus UT, then the limit ET is. Okay. So they want to ask you the steady state error. Okay, the steady state error. So the expression they have given is what? ET is equal to YT minus RT, I can say, where RT is your UT. Okay, if you replace RT by UT, you will get the same expression. So if I take Laplace both sides, it will be E of S is equal to YS minus RS. Okay, so ES is equal to what? What is YS? YS I can write GS into RS. GS into RS minus RS, I can write it. Okay, so ES, it comes out to be RS GS minus 1. Now simply substitute each of the value. RS is 1 by S, GS they have given 2 by S plus 1 minus 1. Okay, and they want the steady state value of this thing. So they require E of infinite. Again you need to apply what? You need to apply final value theorem. So that will be limit S tends to 0 S ES. You have the value of ES from this equation, you just need to put. So limit S tends to 0 1 by S into 1 by S divided by 2S plus 1 minus 1. This S gets cancelled, this S if you put 0, so this is again 2 minus 1. So your answer is what? It is 1. Okay, so the answer to this simple question is again 1. And okay, so this actually is the last question they have asked in control system. So you can see a lot of question has been asked from control system this year in instrumentation people to instrumentation branch. And all the questions that have been asked is very simple. Okay, it is not even the moderate level, I can say. The questions they have asked is very simple if I talk in terms about control systems. Okay, So the questions were simple. If you had basic knowledge, you can solve all the questions correctly. So I hope you liked this session. So please kindly subscribe and share our channel. Okay. So I hope you liked the session. See you in the next session then.